Hello and welcome to my channel, Cottley9. Today I'm doing a quick season review of the Premier League season 2011-12. What a season, pretty good season I thought. Not if you're a Liverpool fan, or a Wolves, Bolton and Blackburn fan, but it was a good season. The ending was absolutely nail-biting. I actually said it to many people, there's still going to be lots of twists and turns, even when it comes down to the last game of the season. You know, there's going to be a lot of twists and turns. A lot of people said, nah, it's straightforward, but weren't anything but. Okay, so let's get on with the review. Let's start with Man City, the champions. Congratulations to you. Over a 38 game period, you certainly did deserve it. Um, weren't the best of circumstances that you won it, really. You had a lot of problems in that squad over the season. You didn't have Carlos Tevez for 5 months because he decided not to want it to play. He wanted a 5 month holiday, and also Balotelli as well. He's an absolute disgrace. He's a total nut job. The sooner you get rid of him, the better. Tevez, yeah, he's an odd jockey as well, but I understand why he did not play for 5 months. There's a reason for that. He has his own agenda, which is for his interest. Balotelli, he's just doing what he does because he can. That's basically it. That is it. And I can't stand him. Um, yeah, Man City done well in the league champions, even though it's only on goal difference. But Champions League campaign was a lot of people were disappointed with it. I weren't. I knew they wouldn't get out of the group stage. First time in the Champions League, I thought it might be a little bit too much for them, and the group was quite tough as well. It was quite a tough group. But next season, I expect them to get minimum quarterfinals. A lot of people say, "Oh, quarterfinals won't be good enough. It will have to be semi-finals." No, I think quarterfinals. Obviously, they'll be targeting the final to win it, but I would actually say quarterfinals would they'll reach. If they reach that, it'll be a bonus. But I think minimum that they'll reach is quarterfinal stage. Other cup competitions, well, obviously, I don't think they really took that too seriously. The goal was the lead this season. Okay, let's get down to Man United. Manchester United finishing runners up on goal difference. Um, Very poor season when it comes to the cup competitions. Champions League was absolutely dire. One of the most easy groups they've ever had. And believe me, they have easy groups every season. They couldn't even get out of it. Europe League campaign, bad, terrible, crap. But who cares? Carling Cup, FA Cup, done terrible. It's only the league that they actually did well, and this might sound a little bit controversial, but I think it's the worst thing they could have done was go toe to toe with Man City, finishing equal on points. Simply because they need massive investment. They've been needing massive investment for the last couple of years, but because for the last couple of years they've been winning the league, they have not really been. The Glazers have not been really releasing the money to bring in top quality players that they actually need. So I actually think United could have done with finishing 9 or even 12 points behind City, just to give that little kick up the Glazers' backside to say, look, Man City are way ahead of us. They're gonna end up dominating, which is gonna harm your position. It's gonna harm Manchester United's position to earn revenue. So it is in your interest to invest a lot of money. I think they need to invest at least 60 million into that squad, in my opinion. David Gill says there's about 30 million in the budget. I actually think they need to double that and spend at least 60 if they want to compete with City. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Glazers kind of look at it and go, look, we're not going to. I don't see any reasons to change the plans, change transfer policy. You're going toe to toe with them. They only just pick you on goal difference. I don't see why. Add a few injuries, so next season should be better. But I don't think so. I think they need to spend at least 60 million over the summer, getting at least 3 decent midfielders and a centre back as well. Okay, let's get on with third place Arsenal, who again terrible season, absolutely terrible. I know they progressed a bit further in the Champions League than Arsenal and Man City, but still poor season. Another season without a trophy, 7 years now without a trophy. And unfortunately, that's just the expectation of Arsenal now. There is no expectation at Arsenal. Arsene Wenger has really dumbed it down. He really has. all he expects is Champions League. And he said this a couple of years ago. He said as long as Arsenal finish second or finish in Champions League places, he's happy. He don't mind if they don't compete as long as they're in the Champions League. And how can you have a manager like that at a club like Arsenal who say that they've got ambitions? You know, all he's saying is, oh, we're building for the future, building for the future. You've been building for the future for the past 7 years. But you've been building for the future since you arrived, Wenger. Sort it out. So actually, I think again, like Man United, might sound controversial, but they could have done with not being in the Champions League just to kickstart the revolution that is needed at Arsenal to bring in the investment needed to change things. It does really need changing at Arsenal, and I know on radio stations Arsenal fans are calling for change, and there has to be change. So yeah, they could have done with not being in Champions League because all it is now is let's just keep the status quo, win the Champions League, nothing needs changing, we'll just keep it like that. Tottenham, feel sorry for Tottenham. Again, they've had a lot of things hanging over them in the season. The court case with Harry Redknapp and that being concluded. Then the England job came up. Now Capello resigned, and people, the media, expected him to be England manager, which I was expecting him to be. Really destabilised the squad, a squad that was actually challenging for the title, for second spot, third spot. I really feel sorry for them. They deserve more. The FA totally shafted them. A month before they appointed Roy Hodgson, they said, "Oh, we already knew our man." Well, why didn't you say that a month ago? Oh, what, to save West Brom from being relegated? Tottenham were going for the title. What's more important? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, because they were going for the title, they were going for Alex Ferguson's title, of course, and the FA only want Man United to win the league. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know if Tottenham's in the Champions League yet. We have to wait after Saturday, the Champions League final. Chelsea might, if they win the Champions League, will enter it again next season. But I hope they don't. I hope Bayern Munich win. So come on, Bayern Munich. Newcastle, well, what a surprise package they are, finishing fifth. Weren't expecting them. I expected at least a mid-table berth. But look at what Alan Pardew's done. Absolutely fantastic manager, Alan Pardew, future England manager, no, obviously, in the next, well, I'll say about 10 years. But he is, any club who has Alan Pardew in their team are very lucky, in my opinion. West Ham should never have got rid of him. Just shows the short-sightedness of those Icelandic owners who were there. So good on you, Newcastle. You've done very well. Will you repeat it next season? I doubt it. I think you need to invest a little bit, because no doubt you will lose a lot of your players, so you're going to have to reinvest. But I think at least mid-table next season. I don't think they'll finish fifth. I think they will push for the Europa League, but I think sort of mid-table. Okay, we go down to Chelsea. Very disappointing season again for them. Right, they won the FA Cup final, so they got a trophy. But sacking AVB, who had a plan, which they really needed. They really needed him, but the older players that were there didn't, they totally shafted him, and that's disgusting. But I expected that from Chelsea, to be honest, from the likes of John Terry, who has no class. But yeah, very disappointing in the league. They got to another cup final, the Carling Cup, Champions League final. So, in cup competitions, done very well. League, very poor, and I hope they finish outside the Champions League. Really do. So we get on down to Everton, who came in at 7th. Very good season. Once again, David Moyes pulled something out of nothing. On no money, he manages to find these players in the Championship and League One and that, and he deserves a bigger club. In fact, why isn't no one coming to buy Everton? If Everton had a bit of money invested, David Moyes would turn that side into a real proper Champions League chasing team. I thought, but again, they've done wonders on a limited budget, and actually does show that you can achieve something on a limited budget. So down to Liverpool, very poor season for them. League-wise, they, but that's understandable considering the situation they were in 2 years ago. Verge of bankruptcy and all that, and all, it's well documented. But I feel sorry. Liverpool should have done a bit better in the league. They got the players to do better, but I think next season will be totally different. Cup competitions, they got to the 2 cup competitions they were entered in. They got to the final of both, and they've won one. So they've won a trophy, the first trophy in 6 years. So it's not all bad. Obviously, we're expecting Champions League football, but you know, I think bad season, but I think they'll do better next season if they keep Kenny. Fulham for next, yeah, Fulham ninth. Indifferent season, you know, you don't expect anything for Fulham. Mid-table, a lot better than previous seasons. I know last season was it last season? No, season before. I think they did better. Yeah, and they did better under Hodgson, but you know, you expect them to be relegation fodder, but Martin Yale's got them working very well. So yeah, mid-table pretty good for them. West Brom, yeah, not again very good. Don't know what they're going to do without Roy Hodgson for next season. Uh, Depends who they bring in, but you know, very good season, finishing 10th. You expect them to finish around that side. Swansea, surprise package. People were tipping them to go down, but they finished 11th. Good side. They need to. I think obviously they need to invest in a few more players, but considering what the Premier League has been over the last few years when it's come to fighting against relegation and the teams in the Championship coming up, that bottom half of the table and the Championship is so close together now, you can't really, you know, distinguish the bottom half of the Premier League to the Championship anymore. You just can't do that. So Swansea's got a very good chance of staying up next season. So have Norwich. They sort of got coming under the radar, Norwich. They've done very well. Paul Lambert, quality manager. I hope he don't go to Villa because I think that will be a step down. I know Villa were once European Cup champions. How long? I don't know, 30 years ago. But they're not a big club anymore. They've got no money. You know, they haven't had money for many years. When Martin O'Neill was doing wonders there, getting them like 2 fifth place finishes or something, you know, on a limited budget. You know, that he kept every season had to kept on trimming the players. That's why they never got Champions League because they didn't have the players. The players were so, you know, the team was so thoroughbred. By the time March came along, they were knackered. So yeah, so Paul Lambert, stay at Norwich, mate. You'll do wonders there. Sunderland finishing 13th. Martin O'Neill came in, took over after Steve Bruce debacle. Why do you employ Steve Bruce? He's a terrible manager. He's one who loves to spend money and, you know, just waste it. Buy a load of players one season, sell a load of players, buy a load of players, sell a load of players. It's terrible. But Martin O'Neill, I think I expect Martin O'Neill to really turn them around. In fact, I'll tip Sunderland Europa League and maybe a cup as well. Possibly Carney Cup, but I do expect a cup to be at Tyneside by the end of next season. Stoke, weren't expecting a lot from Stoke really. Their European adventures were pretty good, but you know they sort of finished 14th, sort of average really. You don't expect much from them league-wise, so it weren't too bad. Not a bad season, but I think they do need to. Again, every club needs to invest, you know, but I think they just carry on doing what they're doing, and they'll be fine. They're not looking for much, you know, just staying in the Premier League. Wigan, well, what an escape they had. Fantastic, you know, really at the bottom of the table, bottom half table, no, bottom three all season, and they just pull off some right crafty results, didn't they, against Liverpool, United, Arsenal, drawing against Chelsea, and you know, fair dinkins, but Robert Martinez, don't really rate him much as a manager. Not, you know, he can probably go to, you know, these small clubs and do well, but at a big club, I don't really see it as yet. Villa, very poor season all round. Martin McLeish, Alex McLeish, why would you employ him? Another manager, no style, nothing. Yeah, so he's Villa very bad. I tip them for relegation next season. QPR, I'm glad QPR avoided relegation. I'd like QPR actually. Again, that's a club who's had a lot of turmoil over the years, so I'm glad they're still in the Prem. They need to invest, get rid of some of the dead wood that's there, like Dyer, Barton, no, a few others as well. Bolton, you know, Bolton. I'm glad they've gone down because they're not a real Premiership club. You know, Sam Dyche did wonders there to keep them in, but I'm sort of glad they've gone down. They try playing it the football the so-called right way, but I don't know. There's something about Owen Cole I'm not quite happy about. He's just another Scotsman, isn't he? Get him out. Blackburn, I'm glad they've gone down. The way they treated Sam Dyche was actually disgraceful. That's Steve Keane. He's a prat. And what laughter we've had, like that chicken running across the pitch with the rosette. Fantastic. Wolves, I feel sorry for Mick McCarthy. I think he was shafted at Wolves. Wolves investing absolutely nothing into the squad, so no wonder they've gone down. And whoever takes over from Wolves, you know, expect to do it with no money, mate. That's all I say. Okay, so that's my season review. Please leave your comments below. Tell me what you thought of the season as well, and what your hopes for next season. My next video will be about the England squad, as that's been announced today. So once the squad name's been confirmed, I will be doing a video of it tomorrow, and also my opinions on Gary Neville being part of the England setup when he has no previous coaching experience. Okay, that's my video done, and I shall see you later. Cheers, guys. Bye.